Hello guys, RayThatTechGuy here, and I'm just going to show you how to create a simple logo and watermark in Photoshop. This isn't really that hard to do and can be achieved in 5 to 10 minutes. However, the tutorial may be longer to explain everything in detail. So, first create a new document. To do this, go into File, New, or Command for Mac, Control for Windows, plus N to open up a new dialog box. In width and height, put in 88 width by height 88. This is YouTube size for all logos, and therefore will make the logo look more square than if you would use a bigger size and then squash it down. Make sure your background contents is transparent and make sure it's 88 pixels, not anything else, otherwise it will be a different size. Hit OK. So here we have our new window. So zoom in a bit so you can see everything in more detail, and then select your elliptical marquee tool, or you can choose any other shape you like. However, personally I'm just going to choose a circle. Now from the corner of your image, hold down shift and drag all the way to the bottom right, and it should sort of make a perfect circle. Of course mine isn't that perfect, however this is only for tutorial purposes, and yours would obviously be better. So now go into your gradient tool and select your favourite colour. Now double click where the gradient is up here, and once you've chosen your favourite colour, this is probably going to be your channel's main colour. So at one end choose the lighter version of your colour, so at the very top right, then at the other end choose a darker version of your favourite colour. Once you're done, go to around the top right of your image to the bottom right of your image and drag the gradient in. If the effect from dark then your chosen colour to the lighter version of your chosen colour isn't that noticeable, try it again, but this time use it just in the middle of the circle until it's got right. So once you're satisfied with your result, go into your text tool. Sorry about that. First go into elliptical marquee tool, right click in the middle of the circle and select deselect. Now go into your text tool. Now depending on your channel, say you might be a skateboarder, so it might be called John's Skateboarding Tips. So use the initials of your channel. As mine is RayThatTechGuy, RayThatTechGuy, I'm just going to use RTG. Now if you are doing skateboarding, for example, use like a graffiti text, as this is more urban. However, for me I'm just going to use a funky text called Zaratuts, I don't know. So in your text use your initials, not your actual name initials, and once you're done, if you have the initial layer selected, press Command for Mac or Control for PC and T. It should make a selection area around your text. So up here, put in 44 X by 44Y. The reason why I've chosen 44 is because the document is 88 width and 88 height. If I use 44 and 44, that would centre it in the middle. Once you're happy with your transformation, and of course you don't have to have it in the middle, you can move it wherever you want. Select the move tool and it will tell you if you want to apply the transformation. Press yes unless you're not happy. Now, with RTG, what you want to do is First go into File, New, and then use your width 500 pixels by 500 pixels. Don't worry, the final outcome will still be 88. So make sure your background contents is transparent still, and select OK. Now on here, what you want to do is, with your favourite colour still selected, go into your gradient and instead change the dark version of your colour to white. Select OK, and then drag your gradient tool up, top to bottom, so your white is at the bottom and green is at the top. Of course, you don't have to use white, you could either use black if you want your channel to be black on the background. I prefer white, so I'm going to use white. Now go into Filter, Distort, and Wave. Don't worry about these settings, as these are okay as they are. What you want to worry about is the type. Select Square, and then OK. If any of you have seen Warlier, I don't know how you pronounce it, wallpaper, this should ring a bell. Go into Filter, Distort, then Polar Coordinates. Select Rectangular to Polar, and you should get a nice starburst effect. Of course, you might want black or white or whatever colour you prefer. So with the Move tool selected, move your starburst effect so your mouse is over the untitled one. Drag it into the middle, and you should have it on there. But now, with the layer that the starburst effect is on, drag it to the very bottom so it's more on the back. Of course, you don't have to use green, because this outcome didn't really come out nicely, but it depends on your taste. Now, onto the RTG again. Double click on the RTG layer. Make sure you only click on the empty space, not the actual text picture. And then go into Bevel and Emboss. This should make your image pop out. However, now what you want to do is style to be Pillow Emboss. This sort of engraves the text into the orb. You want your so you can now mess about with the settings to suit your tastes. So let's say we can have the depth at 580. Size could be say 4, and you could soften it to be about 2. And once you're happy with your settings, go into highlight and shadow mode, as these have to be yes. So on highlight mode, select select your highest colour, your lightest colour. In this case, it will be a light green. Then for your shadow, select a dark green. Once done, press OK, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and if you liked it, subscribe, as once you subscribe, you should get an email and YouTube notification of any new videos I post. So because I'm not asking you purely for subscribers, it's for your benefit too. So it's a win-win situation. Now, if there's anything I didn't do correctly, as my voice is a bit funny, I know that already, so please don't comment about that. Just tell me what you didn't like in the comments, and I'll try to improve on it in the next video.